Hi, my name is Emily, and if you're new to my channel, just wanted to say hello, and that today I'm going to be talking about something that I've kind of been fighting with since high school, and I don't know how to say it, but it's insomnia. There's so many different types of a definition for it, so I just wanted to go over a few of them before I get into my fight with insomnia, just so some people who don't know what it is or know what it is but don't really understand it can kind of understand it now. But it's a sleeping disorder that is characterized by difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep. Some of the symptoms are waking up often during the night and you can't go back to sleep, waking up too early, tired after waking up, problems with concentrating, irritability. There's so many, the list goes on, and it depends on what kind of insomnia you have. There are a few different types. There's a primary, which is nothing health related, and then there's a secondary where there is a condition that is making you have insomnia, like asthma, depression, you're taking some painkillers, you have arthritis, cancer, there's so many other things. And then on top of that, there's short term, which is an acute case of it, and then there is a chronic case, which is a long term. But those ones, the chronic cases or the depression and anxiety, stuff that just can't be fixed overnight or just by simple few things. As where the acute one is like jet lag, you switch from the day shift to the night shift, environmental things, it's too hot in the room, it's too cold in the room. So those are simple things that you can change. As we're chronic, you can't. So I'm going to get on to my fight with insomnia. I want to say it started back in high school, probably around my sophomore year, I want to say. And I'm a person that goes to sleep like 8, 9 o'clock. Like, I'm ready to go to bed. On a good night, I'd wake up around 6, 7 o'clock. So, it's not that bad, people would say to me. But then I start waking up at like midnight, 1 in the morning, and not being able to go back to sleep. Or even just going to sleep at 8, 9 o'clock. I couldn't sleep. So, some of my precursors to this, prior to when the insomnia actually started, is I had asthma. I've had asthma since I was born. And that is definitely one of those things. And people are like, oh, well, why asthma? Like, well, imagine I had an asthma attack. My medication, my nebulizer, would only work for 4 hours. And same with the prednisone. So it would only work for a set amount of time. So say I took it at 8 o'clock. So that means by midnight it's wearing off. And I'm coughing. And my chest hurts, like physically hurts, when I have asthma. So I'm coughing and I'm coughing and I'm coughing. And that will end up just waking me up anyways. Because sometimes I would cough so much to the point where I would actually throw up, which is TMI. But so that's one of them that I had. And then when high school came around, stress, lots and lots of stress. I remember I was super stressed because everybody, basically around your sophomore year, was telling you what do you want to do, and I had absolutely no idea what I wanted to do, like at all. So that was stressing me out because I didn't know, and I didn't know how people knew. So that was something that definitely was different. And for me, I know this is going to be another TMI, so guys, I apologize, this won't really count to you, but that time of the month, I know some people have really bad cramps, and some people have, okay cramps. But I know for me, there are times where the pain is just so bad. And, I'll take an ibuprofen or something before going to bed and wake up again when it wears off and having to deal with the pain. And now that I'm living with my boyfriend, we definitely have different sleep times. I'm still, 8, 9 o'clock, now even 10 o'clock. I can stay up till 10, and then go to bed. As where he, gets up, goes to work at 8, so he gets up like 7:30, and then goes to work, comes home, and then he'll be up till like 1 in the morning, 2, and I don't know how he does it, and then come to sleep. But if he comes to sleep 8, 9 o'clock, he can't get up in the morning, so it's very strange. So we definitely have sleep times, so when he comes to bed, the dogs kind of, wake up a little bit and start play fighting, so that will wake me up, and sometimes I can't go back to bed after that. So now that we kind of said how my insomnia comes about, so it's definitely the acute kind, because I can definitely deal with it, except for the asthma. When I have an asthma attack, that's kind of, I can't really help that at all. But things that are definitely helping me, stress-wise, is planning out the next day. That's not just saying, like, what homework's due or what's in my planner, but it's like a simple to-do list, like the laundry needs to get done. I need to clean my car windows, or wash the dogs, or even walk the dogs. Just something little. Sometimes it's on like a little sticky note, a back of an envelope, just something just to write it down. So when I lay down, I'm not thinking about those things, to make sure that I remember them in the morning. But when I do wake up, like if I wake up, 1, 2 o'clock, I get up out of bed. I don't lay there. And that's definitely for throughout the day. I'm not on my bed, like, at all. I try to stay completely off my bed. Unless, I'm super tired and I'm going to try to nap. I try to read a book before going to bed instead of looking at my phone or my laptop. I don't even try to look, excuse me, at my Kindle, because I don't remember who said this, but there have been a whole bunch of studies shown that the blue light that comes from your phone and your laptop and other sorts of other devices keeps you up at night and impairs your insomnia, which I can totally understand, because if I look at my phone, like, my eyes start hurting and stuff like that. So I try to read a book, or just read a magazine, or something other than looking at my phone before I go to bed, which is super hard, but it definitely makes me feel better in the morning, because sometimes they're like inspirational books. Like, I have a little book that has a whole bunch of quotes in it, and I'll read like 1 quote or 2 quotes, and it just makes you feel a lot better going to bed, because they're like, do you, and stuff like that kind of stuff. Another one, when I know my stress is like really bad, like I have a test coming up, or like I have a few tests coming up, especially during midterms and finals, is sleepy time tea. That is definitely something that helps me at least go to bed. I'll insert a picture, like, in the thumbnail with me with it, because I don't have a box right now, because it's all gone. But just the herbs in it, I'd rather take something herbal that I can't be addicted to, just because it deals with hormones in your body with the herbs, as where if you take like melatonin and stuff like that, you can get addicted to it, and then your body can be immune to it after a while if you take it consistently. So that's definitely something to talk to your doctor about, just because everybody's different, and I know that with me, when I take melatonin, like, I will be knocked out with just 1 pill. I'll be knocked out for like days. So that's why I'd rather take the sleepy time tea, and I don't even drink a whole cup before I'm like passed out. With that time of the month problems, definitely I have a heat pad. That is definitely one thing that helps me, at least, heat pad. Sometimes if it just really hurts, I'll even put ice on it. Painkillers, a warm bath, Epsom salt baths are definitely really nice because they help relax your muscles. And if you're already like feeling cramping and tensing, you know, your lower back is like super tense. So to take an Epsom salt bath is definitely a nice thing to do. And then with asthma, definitely taking your medication is definitely one of the things to overcome it. But I know if I, you know, just took a nebulizer or my prednisone, that I would take a hot shower or just stand with a hot shower going in the bathroom just to inhale the hot steam, which opens up your lungs and your canals, which in asthma are closing. It's definitely something that I do every time it happens. And like, I'm having insomnia right now, i.e. the no makeup, just because when it happens for me in rows and rows and rows, like days and days and days, I can't concentrate. And with the weather that we're having now, it's just not helping. It's cloudy, it's foggy, it's groggy, and that can also be another thing, is a lot of people will just get depressed about the weather. I know when I was in high school, it got really bad, like my last year of high school. So I ended up going to the doctors, and sorry, I hit the dog's bowl. If you can see them in the back, and the bed's not made, that's because they're still sleeping, because they're lazy. But they're too cute, and I didn't want to move them. But so I ended up going to the doctors, and it's kind of embarrassing to say to the doctor, you know, I can't sleep. I mean, at least for me it was, because that's something like just naturally happens. And for it not to be happening for no reason, like I understood with my asthma, or if I had a cold or something like that, like why I couldn't sleep. But the fact that I just couldn't at all, just didn't make sense to me at all. So she made me keep a sleep diary for about a month, and I went back within 2 weeks from that appointment. And, you know, she went over my sleep diary. Like, you would write, you know, what time did you think you fell asleep? What time did you lay down in bed? How long do you think you were laying there in bed? And then when you woke up in the morning, what you did during the day, if you felt tired, your feelings throughout the day. And good sleeping patterns, definitely look into that. There are so many things that you can go look up on Google. Just Google it. But that's basically, you know, what I said before, not try to go to sleep at the same time and wake up at the same time. No napping. Try to avoid caffeine, nicotine, and alcohol late in the day, which is kind of funny because parties are always like late at night, and obviously you don't sleep unless you like really drink really bad, and then you wake up like during the middle of the night and can go back to sleep. Nicotine keeps you from falling asleep, which back in high school I did smoke, and in college I did smoke. So now I can kind of see, because before I came home, like on my way to work or on my way home from work, I would have like 3-4 cigarettes, and now I can see how damaging that was to my body, and I don't smoke anymore. So that has kind of gone away. But I just wanted to share my story. So if you like this, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'll put a thing right here. See, and I completely forgot what I'm talking about. I wrote it all down so I wouldn't forget. This is what happens with insomnia. Try imagine doing homework. It takes me like all day to do stuff. And like, you can feel the bags under your eyes. I hope y'all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. And yay for lazy hair, not doing anything with it besides I brushed it. Groot, are you okay?